The 18th thing, and this is a super important thing that we can do with our children, that is definitely fun and interesting and educational, is teaching them more about business and finance. This can be anything from playing a game of Monopoly with them to sitting and writing a business plan, which is not the most interesting thing in the world. But for some people it is. I mean, I like writing a business plan insofar as it gives me the opportunity to take something from a concept and flesh it out and see where it's got the potential to go to. And, I love those types of things. But you can, do things like open a bank account with your child and then create an online, get them to view online the money coming in and the money going out. You can explain to them the difference between credit cards and debit cards. You can talk to them about profit and loss, buying and selling, entrepreneurship, financial independence, how to avoid debt. My goodness, if this was something that I needed when I was younger, I seriously needed lessons in how to avoid debt, because I had no clue. I literally had no clue how to manage money. I'm only just learning that stuff now. And I know that if I had more financial intelligence when I was younger, I probably wouldn't be in the situation that I am now financially. I mean, we definitely get by, but my goodness, with the magnitude of our family and the amount of money that we have to spend on certain things just to feed and clothe the 6 children and the 2 adults in here, I really did need some financial management. So that's definitely something that I don't want my children to take on, is my lack of knowledge of financial management. You can, if you are self-employed, then you can take if you are able to do so at any point, is to take your children with you to your work. If you're if you do talks or workshops, they can come along with you. If you have a premises where you do things from and it's convenient and safe for them to be there, definitely make a way for them to come and see what it is you do and see what goes into making the money that's, keeping them afloat and keeping them going. You can even help them start a business, or take them to someone who can show them how to start a business. Because, the idea of being able to make your own money and not necessarily have a job where you're relying on other people is appealing to even our children. So, and now, like I was saying, like my brother, he's Julian Hall, the entrepreneur. He's doing so much work now with a project called Ultra Kids, where he's teaching children, entrepreneurship in schools. So we're talking about children as young as as young as 5-6 years old that are learning how to start businesses and what you should be thinking about when you do start a business. And that doesn't necessarily, it's not always focused around how much money I'm going to make, but more what am I really good at? What do I enjoy doing? What can I create that people are going to benefit from? And those are, again, things that we didn't necessarily have a lot of access to when we were younger. And a lot of us are trying to piece all this information together now. So, as well as, again, videos that you can find around and about to teach children about financial independence, there are a lot of books and workshops and, after school clubs and Saturday schools and those types of things where you can teach your children to learn about those types of things. Or if you've got people who have got business savvy in your family or in your network that can sit down with your children and talk to them about stuff. If you're not, close to any workshops, then you can do it like that as well. I've got a very talkative baby on the background, so I'm hoping you guys can still hear what I'm saying. The 19th thing that you can teach your children about that's interesting, fun, and educational is natural health care. Now, this is obviously something I love, being the Naturally You coach. But, teaching your children about herbs and aromatherapy oils, how to use their food as medicine, natural first aid, or even just regular first aid, how to tie a bandage, when and where to use plasters, how to, resuscitate someone. And that doesn't necessarily need to be like a mannequin or a dummy. Really, honey? Like they do in the first aid classes. But you could, when the children come of age, really, you could take them to a first aid class and get them to actually do a proper first aid class. One of the other things that I think is really important to teach children about is maintaining their health so that they can avoid having to repair it later, because that's a situation that a lot of us are in. Again, we weren't always taught or the information wasn't even always there about how to maintain your health. So a lot of us have now oh, you are a baby. Oh, you're a loud baby. Mwah, love you. A lot of us have developed health conditions because of lack of knowledge in our younger years, and now we're recovering and trying to repair our health because of things that we were subjected to from lack of knowledge. So we're in a situation now where we can teach our children better so they don't have to develop the health problems that we are now trying to recover from. So, and again, we can teach them how to do that in a way that makes them independent of having to rely on a healthcare system that wasn't necessarily made for with us in mind, insofar as we are customers and they are a business. That doesn't need to be remembered. So, you know, if our children can take control of their health from this age, they're definitely going to be in a stronger position than having to rely on, you know, people who do definitely have the opportunity to make a lot of money off us if we need to go and get repeat prescriptions for things that we can have naturally rebalanced in ourselves, if only we knew how. But we know better, so we can do better. And if we teach our children better, they can do better as well.